Welcome to class. Thanks for showing up for yourself today. We're going to go ahead and start in an easy seated position. So whatever's comfortable for you. If you'd like to use a bolster or a blanket, feel free to do so. Bring our hands to rest comfortably on our lap, and I'll invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever feels most safe to you. Let's become aware of our breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Starting to tune into the rhythm of our breath. Feeling your heartbeat. Letting all thoughts that come into your mind drift past. Acknowledge them, but let them go on their way. Focusing on your body and your breath in this moment. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, whether it's for yourself, for a loved one, a friend, or maybe someone who you might be in conflict with, I invite you to think of whatever intention, hold it in your mind. So tonight we're going to go ahead and explore the idea of balance. So balance is when different elements are equal or in a proportion that keeps a steady position. We each have to find our own balance by listening to our intuition, being attentive to our body, our emotions, our needs. I'll ask you to stay mindful of your core, especially tonight. Our core is our center of gravity, and it helps us maintain balance. So we'll begin class with a breathing exercise, or in Sanskrit, a pranayama. The one we'll practice tonight is called Anulom Vilom, or alternate nostril breathing. So the purpose of this pranayama is to balance our solar and lunar energies, our positive and negative energies. So I'll invite you to open your eyes so that you can watch me raise your right hand and bend your first and middle finger down. Press your thumb into your right nostril. And you'll inhale through the left. Switch. Hold your left nostril and then exhale through the right. Now we'll inhale through the right. Switch nostrils and exhale through the left. Inhale left. Switch nostrils. Exhale right. So as we do this, we're channeling our energy along energy pathways, which in Sanskrit we call nadis. As we breathe through our right nostril, we are channeling our solar or heating energy along the Pingala nadis. With our left nostril, we channel our lunar, our cooling energy through the Ida nadi. I invite you now to return to your normal breath. And let's bring our hands to heart center, or Namaskar Mudra. We'll do 3 rounds of Om. And if you feel comfortable, please join me. So we'll go ahead and inhale deeply.
If you have a bolster beneath you or a pillow, that's where you get from beneath us at this time. So you're sitting on your mat directly. Okay. All right, so let's inhale our arms overhead one more time. Palms touching. And then we'll exhale, drop your right hand to the mat beside you. And then stretch our left arm overhead. So feeling that nice stretch in the left side body. Make sure and keep your shoulder away from your ears and your heart open, your chest open. Okay. On your next inhale, let's inhale our right hand overhead, back to the center. And on the next exhale, drop the left hand to the mat and stretch the right over to the side. Feeling that stretch in your right side body. On the next inhale, hands back to center. One more time on each side. So drop the right hand, stretch over. Inhale, center. And exhale. And back to center. Okay. This time we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee. And then bring your right hand back behind you, placed on the ground, just your fingertips. Make sure your spine is straight and tall. And we're going to do a little bit of twist to the right. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Let's inhale back to center. Arms overhead. And do the opposite side. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Keeping your spine straight, tall. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Inhale back to center, arms overhead. We'll go ahead and move into tabletop position or hands and knees. So here we want our hands directly below our shoulders and our knees directly below our hips. On our inhale, we will tip our chin upwards, kind of pull our navel towards the ground. And on our exhale, we will arch our back and tuck our chin into our chest. Inhale, come forward, chin upward, navel down towards the mat. And exhale, curve your back, drop your chin into cat. Do a few more rounds at your own breathing pace. Moving with your inhale and exhale. And we'll meet back in neutral tabletop position. Let's raise your right arm, extend it out in front of you, and your left leg will be extended back behind you. On your exhale, we will crunch and bring our knee to our elbow.
And then inhale, extend. Do a few rounds of these. And exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. 2 more. And keeping your core strong so that you're keeping your balance. Meet back at tabletop. And we'll switch sides. Left arm in front of us and our right leg back. And inhale, crunch. Exhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Keeping that navel pulled back towards your spine, engaging your core, keeping your balance. And come back to neutral position. We'll go ahead and curl our toes under on the mat and push our hips, lift our hips up to the sky into downward facing dog, Mukha Savasana. Let's take a moment here just to ground our hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. All 4 corners of your palms are on the mat. Your hips are lifting up and back. Your inner elbows are facing each other. And we'll walk our dog here. So walking the dog, you just alternate lifting your heels off the ground, stretching your calves and hamstrings. When you're ready, come back into downward facing dog, and then we'll walk our feet forward to meet our hands at the top of our mat, or Uttanasana, forward fold. So your hands can be placed on your shins, your ankles, the tops of your feet, or perhaps they reach the ground. Your knees can be slightly bent here to protect the joints. Just really allow gravity to work here. Let your head nod, yes. Yeah. Your arms can be loose. You can grab either elbows. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and slowly roll up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae. Just allowing your body to stay loose and lift until you're at the top. And to mountain pose. So just check now that your feet are hip width distance apart. And focus here on grounding. So we want to make sure that all 4 corners of our feet are connected to the mat. So if you lift your toes off the mat, you can still keep your balance. That means that you're grounded. Your hands should be beside you, your palms facing forward. Your pelvis should be neutral, so tucked. Shoulders down and relaxed away from the ears. Crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Tadasana, mountain pose. On your next exhale, we'll sit back as if we're sitting down into a chair and swing our arms forward. Help us keep our balance. Utkatasana. Keep your core strong, keep your hips level, and point towards the top of your mat. Let's bring our hands together, the palms together, extended ahead of us. And then let's actually bring our hands to heart center. We're going to do a twist. So take our left elbow to our right knee. Staying as far down as you can in your Utkatasana. Trying to keep that spine long, core strong. Let's inhale back to center. For a breath. And exhale, twist the opposite direction. And inhale back to center. And exhale, forward fold, hands towards the mat. You can bend your legs a little bit here, stretching them out. Let's inhale our arms overhead, palms meeting the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Namaskar Mudra. We're going to do a few rounds of what is called Surya Namaskar, or traditional sun salutation, meant to honor the sun and the solar energy within us. We'll begin by chanting 3 times. If you want to join me, feel free to. If not, you can just listen and let the vibration move through you. So inhale. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Inhale our hands overhead, palms touching, and exhale, forward fold onto the mat. Plant our hands on the ground. We'll step our right foot, back into a lunge and drop the right knee. Inhale here. You will shine your heart forward. Plant your hands flat on the ground once more. Hold your breath, and then step your left foot back to meet your right into plank pose. Then we will drop knees down to the ground first, chest down to the ground, and chin. Ashtanam. In one pose. Inhale, cobra. Lifting your chest off the ground. Try not to put any weight into your hands. And then we will exhale the downward dog. Tuck your toes and press back into our downward dog position. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Drop the left knee. Shine your heart. Exhale, step your left foot up to the front of the mat into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll repeat on the left side of the body. Inhale, arms overhead to mountain. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant your hands. This time stepping your left foot back, dropping your left knee. It's that lunge, shining your heart forward. Hold your breath, step your right foot back to meet your left into plank. Exhale, drop knees, chest, chin. Inhale the cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes, push back into downward dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, drop your right knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more round on each side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back. Shine the chest, heart. Exhale, you hold your breath, step back in plank. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Drop the knee, shine the heart. Exhale, left foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, Tadasana. And exhale, Namaskar Mudra. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your left foot. Drop the knee, shine the heart. Hold, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Tap the knee, shine the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, and star somewhere. Just breathe for a moment. Tapping into the breath. We'll repeat this for one more time on each side, and I'll offer this time a variation. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so bring your hands to your shins and just lengthen your spine so you go flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And the hands. Inhale, step the right foot back. This time, you're welcome to drop the knee or keep it up off the floor. Hold the breath, step back into plank. On your exhale, you're welcome to do knee stretch chin or chaturanga, yogi push-up. So you'll keep your elbows in next to your body and lower yourself down, almost to the ground. And then cobra, inhale cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot forward into the lunge. Knee can be down or raised. Exhale, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, one more time on the left side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Lift your hands, step your left foot back. Knee can be up or down. Hold your breath, step into plank. Exhale, knee stretch chin or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Drop the knee or keep it raised. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the center. Starting at Tadasana or mountain pose, you bring your palms back to your side, palms facing forward to the top of your mat. Just take a few breaths here. Make sure your feet are grounded once more on the mat. Tap your toes, lift your toes. Make sure you have your balance, core engaged. We'll step our right foot back, 45-degree angle. Your heels should be aligned. Make sure your front leg will be bent at the knee so that your knee is stacked directly above your ankle. Should never go beyond your ankle. All right. We'll go ahead and square our hips or turn our hips towards the front of the mat, making sure they're level. And then raise our arms overhead. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana pose. Just stay here, engaging your core. Really feel your navel pull back towards your spine. And strengthen your body. Breathing and balancing. Bring your hands down to the mat. Let's shift into a low lunge here. Knee can be dropped to the mat or stay off the mat, whatever's more comfortable, making sure your knee is not beyond your ankle once more. 90-degree angle. Plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot. And then raise your left arm up to the sky. Keeping your balance. Breathing. Bring the left hand down to the outside of your left foot. Turn your heel, place your heel down on the mat, and raise your right arm up. Should open your hip flexor. Breathing and balancing. Place the right hand back on the mat. Step your right foot forward to the top of your mat, walk your way up there, and into forward fold once more. Uttanasana, forward fold. We'll inhale our arm overhead into Tadasana, mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do Vrikshasana now, or tree pose. So we'll start with our right foot first. What we'll do is we will bring our right foot off the mat, so balancing on our left, and we'll place the sole of our right foot either along our ankle, our inner shin, or if you're comfortable doing so, and your practice allows, on the inside of your thigh. We want to make sure here that our hips are open, square towards the front, as level as possible. Making sure that knee is open, not swinging closed. Hands at heart center, cactus arms, hands overhead, palms together. Whatever is comfortable, pick a drishti, a focal point, somewhere on the ground or on the wall in front of you to help you keep your balance here. Breathing. Balancing. From here, let's bring our hands back to heart center if they're not already. We're going to bring our knee in towards the front of our body and extend our right foot out in front of us so that our right leg is extended straight. It can be down here near the ground, just as long as your leg is straight. Your left leg can have a little bend in it. Just balance here for a moment. And now we will bend your leg back, and then we're going to go ahead and extend the leg behind us straight, hinging forward. So our body is coming parallel to the ground into Ekbalasana, or we call Warrior 3. Your hands can stay at heart center. They can come in front of you. They can come into airplane. Hands back alongside your body, whatever works for your balance. Breathe, find your drishti. And then slight bend in your balancing leg. And we'll step back and land gently back into Warrior 1. So your back foot should have a 45-degree angle. You can kind of shift back into a comfortable Warrior 1 stance. Front leg bent, knee above your ankle. Hips squared towards the front of your mat. And breathe. Option here, if you would like, to plant your palms on the mat, step back into plank, and go through the flow of knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, cobra, upward dog, and downward dog. Whew. Just catching your breath for a moment. And then walking your feet towards your hands into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, mountain. Exhale, Namaskar Mudra. Catching your breath. We'll repeat this on the left side now. So begin in mountain. Hands by your sides, palm facing forward, and step our left foot back, 45-degree angle. The front leg will be bent, knees stacked over ankle, hips square to the front of your mat, arms overhead. On your exhale, let's bring our hands down to the mat and to low lunge. Knee can be dropped to the mat or kept off the mat. Place your left hand on the inside of your right foot and raise your right hand. Straight up. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Engaging your core. Breathing and balancing. Let's plant our right hand. Drop our back heel. And raise our left arm. Extend it long to the ceiling. Gaze up along your arm, hold your fingertips. Bring that left hand back down. Step forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving into tree, Practicum. On our left side, lifting our left foot off the mat, making sure our right foot is grounded. Placing that sole of that left foot on our inner ankle, shin, or thigh. Hands at heart center. Open the cactus. Up ahead. Palms together. Whatever is comfortable in this moment for you. Engaging your core. Pulling that navel back towards your spine. Keeping a strong, steady balance. We'll bring our knee in towards the front of our body. And once more, extend that left leg now out in front of us. It can be low. It can be high. Whatever feels comfortable for us. Breathing. Engaging the core. And we will start to bend that leg and bring it extended behind us into Eklavasana or Warrior 3. Choose your drishti, focal point. Balance, breathing into the pose. Core engaged. A few more breaths. And step your back foot down, gently to the mat, 45-degree angle, coming into our Warrior 1. Breathing here, strong. Options of flow, dropping your hands to the mat, stepping back into plank, and Nishashin, Chaturanga, Cobra upward dog, back into downward facing dog. Walk our feet to our hands, forward fold once more. And inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take our right foot on top of the mat and step back again. Maybe a little wider than your warrior one stance. This time your foot should be at a 90-degree angle, or parallel to the short side of your mat. Front knee will be stacked above your ankle, no further. Once more. This time your hips will be open to the side of your mat, and your arms will be extended out alongside you. Your gaze should be along your front arm. Engaging your core, feeling that strength in your hamstrings, your thighs, your glutes. Your arms, your shoulders are dropped away from your ears, relax. Dropping our back hand and raising our front to exalted warrior. With that stretch in the front side body. Coming back to warrior two. A moment. Straightening that front leg. Taking our hips, if you want to put your hands on your hips, and shifting from your hips up, forward. And then hinging at the waist to drop your left fingers towards the mat. They can maybe touch or just be hanging, right arm extended in the air, gaze over your fingers. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathing. We'll come back up and for a warrior two. Bending that front leg. Arms extended to each side. I'll move into forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. So from warrior two, just shift that foot inward so your feet are parallel to the short edges of the mat. We'll place our hands on our hips and fold forward, hinging at the waist until you get to flat back. You can drop your hands to the ground if that's comfortable for you. If you want, and the practice allows, you can go further down. Maybe trying to place your forearms, elbows on the ground. Just sitting here for a moment, breathing into the stretch. Going back to our inhale, lengthening our spine. And exhale, deepening into the stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Let's walk our hands over towards the right foot. Maybe you grab your ankle, maybe you go beyond your foot. Just stretching over to the right side body. Really feeling that stretch in your hamstring, your right leg, and your left as well. Let's walk our hands back to center. And over to the left side. Coming back to center. Place your hands on your hips. And stand up tall. Let's step back to the front of our mat, into mountain. And repeat on our left side. So this time we will take our left foot back. 90-degree angle into our warrior two. Front leg, knee up over the ankle. Hips facing the side of your mat, core engaged, arms strong and long, shoulders dropped away from the ears. Mahavibhadrasana, warrior two. Keeping the core engaged, dropping the left hand to the back leg and reaching our front arm over towards the back. Stretching the front side body. And coming back up into warrior two. Maybe sink a little deeper into your warrior two this time. Straightening that front leg. Shifting those hips forward. Dropping our right hand, fingers towards the mat, extending the left towards the ceiling, gaze long, extended arm. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Really trying to make sure your chest here is open, shining your heart. Breathing into the pose. And inhaling back up into our warrior two. Really strong, core engaged. Shifting into our wide-legged forward fold, bringing that right foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Hands on hips. Hinging forward at the hips. Two flat back, dropping the hands to the ground. And breathing further into your stretch of staying that flat back. Again, try to keep your spine straight and long. Inhaling to extend and exhaling to deepen. Coming up to flat back once more. This time we will come into Balasana or garland pose. So keeping your feet, you may want to walk them a little bit more. Still a wide stance, and we'll go ahead and squat. Placing your elbows on or in between your knees. Dropping your pelvis towards the floor. Really using your elbows on your knees. Balancing here. Breathing into the pose. Opening your hips. Engaging your core, engaging your pelvic floor. Breathe. Option here will be to drop your hands to the mat, flat on the mat, and coming into Bakasana or crow pose. So if you want to go for Bakasana, you will place your hands on the ground in front of you, tuck your knees into kind of your elbow or your underarms, excuse me, and then keeping your gaze forward, lifting your toes off the ground in Bakasana. Or stay in Balasana. Coming back down to Balasana. If you were in Bakasana. Let's come back to hands and knees. So place your hands and drop your knees back into tabletop. Take your knees to the edges of your mat. And then sit your hip bones back, extending your arms in front of you, placing your forehead on the mat into child's pose, Balasana.
Resting here for a few breath cycles. Feeling our muscles relaxing after all the work they've been doing. Shifting forward, curling our toes under and pressing back into downward dog once more. We'll raise the right leg to tripod, downward dog. And then we'll bring the right foot forward and to our left wrist. Placing our shin down on the mat, extending our left leg straight behind us. Checking behind us to make sure that the leg is straight behind. We'll breathe here, shining our heart forward. And if you feel comfortable, sinking down into sleeping pigeon, you can lower to your elbows or further down, however your body allows. And resting here for a few cycles of breath. Really feeling the stretch in your hip flexors, glutes, your hamstrings. Surrendering to the pose. Allowing gravity to do the work for you. On your next inhale, we'll plant our hands once more on the mat. And slowly come, tuck our back toes, come out of pigeon, Practicum, into three-legged dog, using the right leg, and then dropping it back to downward dog. We'll repeat with the left leg. So this time raising the left leg high, and bringing the left foot to the right wrist, dropping our shin on the mat, extending our right leg behind us straight, shining our heart forward at first, and exhaling down into sleeping pigeon. Elbows or your forehead. Feeling the stretch in our left side body. Allowing gravity to do its work. Breathing. Next inhale, we'll walk our hands back. Tuck our back toes under. And lift back up into three-legged dog. Lowering back to downward dog. Walking the dog, lifting our heels, stretching out our legs and our hips. That nice deep stretch. Let's drop our knees to the mat. Then go ahead and sit down, swinging our legs forward. Extending our legs straight in front of us. Feet flexed. Spine straight and tall. Into Dandasana or staff pose. From here, we'll do one forward fold. So inhale your arms overhead. And on the exhale, hinge forward at the waist. Forward fold in the seated position. Your hands can rest on your shins, towards your ankles, at your feet. And here, really focus on Inhaling and lengthening your spine. And exhaling, folding a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Slowly roll back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, into a tall spinal seated position. And then we'll shift our sit bones forward and come down onto our back. Hug your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins. You can bring your forehead up to your knees if you'd like. Really hugging yourself tight into a little ball. Relaxing back onto the mat, and we'll go into Ananda Balasana, or happy baby. So you can grab the insides of your feet, outsides of your feet, or your big toes. And here we want to focus on pulling your knees down towards the ground. If you'd like to do a little rocking motion here, massaging your lower spine. And releasing happy baby. Extending our legs long on the mat. Let's inhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Let's guide our right knee over towards our left side of the body. Making sure here that our shoulders, both shoulders, stay flat on the mat. So only go as far over with your knee as you can without lifting your right shoulder off the mat. Extending your arms into a T alongside you if that's comfortable. And gazing over towards your right hand. Into a spinal twist. Releasing tension. Might be holding it. Allowing your core to soften. Relax. Inhale back to center. Extend the right leg. Inhale, bring the left knee in. Guide the left knee over to the right side of the body. Extending your arms to a T, keeping both shoulders on the mat. Your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Giving yourself one more tight squeeze, both knees right into your chest. And exhaling, relax. Extending your legs long, your arms long overhead. Taking a big, nice full body stretch from fingertips to toes. As we relax into Shavasana, our final relaxation, bringing your arms down alongside your body, palms facing up. And fluttering your eyelids closed, softening your gaze. Squeeze your toes. Contract your toes. Really tight. Tight, 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 as tight as they can go. And relax them. Contracting your calf muscles as tight as they can go. And relaxing them. Thigh muscles. Squeezing them as tight as you can. Relaxing. Moving to your abs. Abdominals, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Done a lot of work today. And relax. Place your hands. Squeeze your fingers as tight as you can. And relax them. Biceps, triceps. Squeezing as tight as they can go. And then relaxing. Shoulders. Pulling them up towards your ears. Tight, tight, tight. And relax. Your neck muscles and your jaw. Squeezing them as tight. And relax. And last, your eyes. Squeeze your eyes tight, 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 tight. And relax. Start wiggling your fingers and toes. Inviting some movement back into your body. Rolling over onto your right side when you're ready. Into a fetal position. Cushioning your head with your arm. Relaxing here for a moment. You're ready, pushing yourself into a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed or gaze soft. Back into your easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Bring your hands and place them on your belly. Feeling your breath. Beat of your pulse. The flow of prana, or life force, within you. Invite awareness into your core, recognizing the strength you use to maintain balance throughout practice. We'll do a few belly breaths, or Adam Pranayam, feeling our core, feeling balanced, feeling whole. So inhale deeply through your nose, filling the belly, expanding like a balloon beneath your hands, and exhale deeply as your belly contracts back towards your spine. Inhaling, belly expanding like a balloon, and exhaling. Navel fold back towards your spine. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your palms together, heart to center. Namaskar mudra. To close practice, we'll chant the Akanda mantra. Kanda translates to whole. Today we explored balance on the mat. This mantra is about the divine. It reminds us pure consciousness is indivisible, a part of everything. Each part creates or disrupts our balance. So let's celebrate our wholeness and our balance as we chant. I'll chant the mantra once as an example, and then I will invite you to join me in 3 rounds of the chant. So exhale all the still air out of your lungs. Inhale deeply. Om Akana Manalakara Vyaktam Yena Charachara Tatparam Dakshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Like to join me? We'll chant this mantra 3 more times. Inhale. Om Akana Mandalakara Yaptam Yena Charachara Tatpadam Dakshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Akana Mandalakara Vyaktam Yena Charachara Tatpadam Dakshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Akanda Mandalakara Yaktam Yena Charachara Tatpadam Dakshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The light and the love within me honors and respects the light and the love